Okay, we're going to learn how to factor a trinomial such as x squared plus x minus 56 when the leading coefficient, the value of a, is 1. So factoring trinomial when leading coefficient is 1. So when we have our trinomial in descending order, so we have the x squared first, then the x term, and then the constant. That's called descending order. So the value of a in this example is 1, value of b is positive 1, and value of c is negative 56. So I can create this x factor to help me find the two terms that multiply to this number, multiply to negative 56, but they add up to this number, positive 1. So I multiply the value of a and c, and I put it in my addic. So negative 56 times 1, just negative 56. And then a value of b goes in the basement, positive 1. So I need two numbers that multiply to negative 56, but add to positive 1. So these are my two values. The signs are important. It has to be a positive 8 times negative 7. That gives me negative 56. But negative 7 plus 8 will give me a positive 1. In order to find this, I list factors of 56. I know it's negative 56, but I'm going to go with positive to find a pair of numbers. So I know it's 1 times 56. We always start with 1. 1 times the number. If it's an even number, such as 56, so it's going to be 2 times 28 in this case. 3 doesn't go into 56, so I skip that. 4 does, 4 times 14. 5 does not. We know that because the number has to end with 0 or 5 in order for 5 to go into it, and 5 doesn't go into 56, so I skip that. 6 doesn't go into 56. 7 does. 7 times 8 is 56. These are all of the pairs that work for 56. Sometimes, depending on the number, you might have more pairs of numbers or less. So if you have a hard time finding these two, you definitely want to list all of the factors of that constant term. So I found the 7 and 8, but then I know it's going to have to be negative 7 and a positive 8 to multiply to negative 56, but then add to positive 1. I can write it in my box factoring strategy. So I put the leading term here, x squared, and I put the constant term here, negative 56. These two go in here, negative 5x and 8x. The order doesn't matter. You can put 8x here and negative 7x in here, which eventually will give you the same answer. So now I look at these two terms. They have an x in common. Their GCF is x. These two terms, the GCF is negative 7, meaning I can divide negative 7 for both of these. These two, x squared and negative 7x, they have an x in common. These two have a positive 8 in common. That is their GCF. So that's going to give me the two factors, x plus 8 and x minus 7. Before I commit to my answer, I want to check to see if I multiply. I did this correctly. X times x is x squared. X times negative 7 is negative 7x. 8 times x is 8x, and 8 times negative 7 gives me negative 56. So everything is fine. So this is my answer. I can write x minus 7 times x plus 8 or x plus 8 times x minus 7. But the 8 has to be positive and the 7 has to be negative. Hope this helps.